Hello and welcome to probably the most scuffed episode of the Eagles on the Air podcast you're going to see. None of us are in Houston, so we're doing it on a Zoom call. I'm Rhett Terrell, joined by Bradley Hanna and Jonathan Alvarado, and today we have a great episode planned out for you.
Welcome back to this week's Eagles on the Air podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about the FBCA game versus TWC last weekend. We're going to talk about the pancake of the week from that game. And we're going to give you a preview on the Second Baptist game that's happening this Saturday at 1 p.m. And we're going to have a little mystery segment for you guys, so stay tuned for that. Okay, first, we're going to talk about the FBCA game versus TWCA on what happened and how crazy that game was. Rhett, Bradley, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, so defense really a very slow start, but they really came through in the second half. We saw Jonah Kalu, Noah Montialvo both forced a couple fumbles. Eagles defense really was better towards this second half, showed a lot of signs of improvement facing that dual threat quarterback of Santiago Fernandez. But a big Eagle star did go down as we saw Tyler Curry had something hurt in his ankle. We still aren't sure what it is yet, but Tyler Curry, a big safety for the Eagles, has gone down. He had 5 interceptions on the season. He was really doing great, committed to Air Force this year, and he was really having an incredible year. But Tyler Curry did go down with an injury, and that's a big loss to the Eagles defense.
And we saw the Eagles offense really shine also. Both the TWCA and the FBCA offenses were really in a slugfest. It was a really close battle. Eagles ended up taking it by a touchdown. Cole Whitten ended up scoring in the end with 16 seconds left on the clock. He had 3 rushing touchdowns, and he rushed for over 100 yards. Darnell Smith, also a big game. He had 153 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. He ran a big one for 85 yards, we saw. Darnell Smith has really shown up and shown out as a running back these past couple weeks.
Yeah, like what Bradley said earlier, the FBC Eagles had one of their best offensive games of this year. Cole Whitten had 3 rushing touchdowns, and Darnell also had some rushing touchdowns. And they both got those rushing touchdowns because of their O-line, because they've been amazing, opening up passages and gaps for them to run through. And one of those O-line members is Ian Harper, our broadcast finest, who recently got an offer this week by Hendrix College Football in Arizona. So hope the best for him. Congratulations, Ian. We're going to send it to you for Pancake of the Week.
Welcome back to Pancake of the Week. This week's pancake goes to Noah Montialvo. With this pancake, it helped us with a crucial drive in order to score a game-winning touchdown. Back to you, Jonathan.
Thanks for that, Ian. Now we're going to be talking about the preview of the Second Baptist game, which is going to happen this Saturday at 1 p.m. at Sheldon ISD Stadium. It's going to be a crazy game. We're all looking forward to it. Rhett, Bradley, what are your thoughts on coming into this game?
I think the Eagles have a very good chance to come out and play like they did the last time. Last time we saw these two teams face off, the Eagles ended up taking it home 34-28 away at Second Baptist's own stadium. It was a very good game. We saw Cole Whitten really led his offense right there. He had 76 rushing yards, a couple touchdowns in there, and a couple passing touchdowns. We also saw Cannon Campworth really lead that rushing attack as well, 104 yards and only 8 carries. He really had a great game. We also saw Darnell Smith in at the running back position. He had an 80-yard touchdown that was really helpful. I mean, this offense has really just been incredible these last couple games, Jonathan Bradley, and it's really been a key factor of why the Eagles have had so much success. And I think they will continue to have success as long as this offense stays hot.
And this really felt like it was the turning point for the FBCA team this season. They had a couple of close ones against Cali Catholic, Lutheran South, but then they were able to beat a really good Second Baptist team that we knew was a really good team. And then they took that on. They beat the Woodlands twice, and then now they're back in this position to go to the state championship with another rematch against Second Baptist. And we saw the Eagles, they picked off Cannon 4 times in their last matchup against Second Baptist. We know that Cannon is one of the best QBs in all of TAPS D2, and he's had a great season. But the Eagles were able to stop him, and they picked him off 4 different times. Nico Laura was able to get the game winner with, I think it was just a minute left on the clock. It was a crazy game. The Second Baptist Eagles were about to score, and then Nico Laura ends up intercepting the pass, and the Eagles ended up taking this one. Will Kipp also led the team with 13 tackles. He's really established himself as a true great linebacker for this team the past couple games.
Definitely game of the week here. Second Baptist versus Fort Bend Christian Academy. It's going to be a crazy game. It might be game of the season because these two teams are doing amazing this year, and they both are trying to make it to the state finals for TAPS Division II. The FBCA Eagles started 1-4 this season, and right now are doing amazing. And they're on a miracle run right now, like what TXPS media are saying. And no one's betting against them because they've done amazing since the 1-4 start. And that's enough talking from me. I'm sending it to Rhett for the next segment.
All right, so what we decided to do here for y'all today is instead of having some regular football segment, we decided to throw in a little Thanksgiving segment. It is Thanksgiving break, Thanksgiving week. So we decided to throw in a little Thanksgiving segment. So what All right, so in this draft right here, Jonathan is gonna give us 5 different sides, appetizers, main courses, and then desserts. And then me and Bradley are gonna have to pick one of those 5, and then you guys can vote down in the comments who won.
To decide the snake draft order for this Thanksgiving draft, we're gonna pick a number from 1 to 10. It's gonna be on the screen, but Brett and Bradley are not gonna know. So whoever goes first, okay, Bradley, you go first. From 1 to 10, choose.
I'll go with 5. I'll give Rhett a 50-50.
Jonathan's the type of guy to go low. I'm gonna go 4.
Okay. The answer was 4, actually.
Dang it.
So from on the list down below, we're gonna have for appetizers, we're gonna have deviled eggs, spinach artichoke dip, stuffed mushrooms, buffalo chicken dip, and pigs in a blanket. Rhett, what are we choosing?
All right, so with my first overall choice, I think this one's pretty straightforward. It's got to be deviled eggs for my appetizer.
Okay. Bradley, what are your thoughts?
That's fine by me. I was going with the buffalo dip. We're actually having some in a couple days. You put that stuff with chips, whew, that stuff is so good.
Okay, in round 2 of this draft, it's going to be side dishes. Bradley's going to get the first pick in this round. The choices are going to consist of rolls, cornbread, stuffing, mac and cheese, and mashed potatoes. Bradley, what are we choosing? It's going to be tough.
Yeah, this is hard. There's a lot of good side dishes. I gotta go with the rolls though. You can't beat them.
Classic. Okay.
You see, you just missed out on a great pick. It's like the most iconic Thanksgiving thing ever. And as much as I want to pick mashed potatoes, nothing's beating a good mac and cheese on the side.
Okay, those are some crazy picks for the second round. And for the next round, it's going to be round 3, main dishes. We're going to have turkey, ham, chicken, steak, and a bit controversial, some vegetarian steak. Rhett gets the first pick in this draft, in this round. What are we thinking?
I think you just have to go iconic. As much as I want to pick a steak because I think it's the best, I'm going to go turkey. It's just iconic Thanksgiving. The first thing you think when you think Thanksgiving is some good roasted turkey.
You see, I like that. You know what? I'm fine with that. It is the most iconic, but is it the best? That is no, for sure. I got to go with some ham. You put that with honey.
Yeah.
Oof, turkey's just so bland. Ham, it's so rich. I have to go with ham.
Last round here, round 4, it's going to be the desserts and like all the different types of pies. Bradley's going to get the first choice in this last round of the draft. If you choose the wrong one, just be aware you might get flamed in the comments because people have some strong opinions on this. Okay, the 5 pies we're working with is apple pie, pecan pie, pumpkin pie, chocolate pie, and cherry pie. Bradley, what are we thinking?
Well, I've never heard of chocolate pie, and as much as that sounds good, I can't pass up a good cherry pie.
Okay, that's where you're crazy because little story time. My grandma makes the greatest chocolate pie of all time, and I know I've gone iconic the whole time. And if I'm staying iconic, I go pumpkin pie, but I'm not going to. I'm going off script. I want chocolate pie. That is the best dessert I've ever had, and my grandma makes.
I've never heard of that.
I've actually never heard of that either.
It's like a creamy chocolate with like meringue on top. It's so good.
Interesting.
So yeah, vote down in the comments who you think won this Thanksgiving draft. That will be it for this episode of the Eagles on the Air podcast. I'm Rhett Terrell, joined by Jonathan Alvarado and Bradley Hanna, signing off for now.